somber tone. 5 years. That's how long I waited, hoping, praying, that one day, she'd come back. And now all I have left are her letters. Unsent. Unread. And now, she's gone. Studio microphone, asterisk asterisk. Pause. Shift to emotionally loaded tone. Asterisk asterisk. If you've ever loved someone so much it hurt, and lost them without a chance to say goodbye, this story will stay with you. Studio microphone. Narrator. Before we begin, if you've ever wished for just one more moment with someone you love, hit that like button and subscribe. Because what you're about to hear isn't just a story, it's a painful reminder that sometimes we don't get a second chance. 3 o'clock approximate. 2,000 words. Deep, layered, emotional narrative with a slow-burning, emotional revenge arc, grief and regret as the consequence. For 5 years, I lived with silence. Deafening, aching silence. My daughter, my beautiful, strong-willed daughter, had told me she didn't want to see me anymore. And I respected it. Maybe that was my first mistake. I'm a lawyer. My life is ruled by boundaries, by consent, by respecting people's choices. So when she said she needed space, I gave her space. Even if it shattered me. I never stopped loving her. Not for 1 second. I wrote letters I never sent. Messages I typed and deleted. I remembered her birthday every year. Kept the photos. I even kept the pink bicycle she learned to ride on in my garage, untouched. I told myself, if she ever comes back, I want her to know I waited. But she never did. 2 weeks ago, my ex-wife called. I was at the office. Late as usual. My head buried in cases and files and client meetings. She didn't even say, hello. Her voice cracked as she said 6 words I'll never forget. She's gone. She died last night. My world stopped. Just stopped. Car accident. Drunk driver. Rain-slick highway. They said she died instantly. No pain. But I wasn't there. I wasn't there when she took her last breath. I wasn't there when she cried, or laughed, or smiled last. I wasn't there for the last 5 years of her life. And now I'd never get to be. 2 days ago, my ex came to my office. I could barely look her in the eyes. She handed me a folder. Worn edges, thick with paper. She said, I found these in her room. She never sent them. But they were all for you. She left without another word. I stared at the folder the entire day. Couldn't bring myself to open it. I had a deposition that afternoon. Had to keep it together. But that night, when I got home, I locked myself in my study, closed the door, and opened the first letter. And then I broke. She had written to me after the day she cut me off. She said she was embarrassed by how emotional she was. That she regretted saying she never wanted to see me. That she missed me. That she hoped I still loved her. She said she was studying law. Wanted to become a lawyer like me. Would you be proud of me, Dad? She wrote. Yes. 1,000 times yes. She wrote about how she wondered if I had a new family. If they knew about her. If I talked about her. She wanted to meet my wife. My kids. She even picked places we could go together. A beach trip, a drive upstate, a museum like we used to do when she was small. She wrote about her boyfriend. And the letter where she talked about how he cheated on her. There were tear stains on the page. She had cried writing it. And I hadn't been there to hold her. Most stories like this end with revenge. Someone wronged. Someone punished. But this is different. The only person who failed her was me. Not because I didn't love her, but because I let my fear of crossing her boundary become more important than showing her I was still there. I didn't reach out. I didn't write back. I didn't fight for her. And now, my punishment is permanent. I read every letter that night. Every last one. She had been trying. In her own way. Quietly. Writing letters she never mailed. Hoping maybe someday I'd reach out. Hoping I'd still be there. I took those letters. I made copies. And I placed them in a box along with every letter I ever wrote to her and never sent. I buried them under a maple tree in our backyard. The same one she used to climb when she was 10. And then I did the only thing I knew how to do. I gave a scholarship in her name at the law school she was attending. The Emily Hart Memorial Scholarship for Future Advocates. So that even though her life ended too soon, her dream wouldn't. Maybe someone else out there, fighting to become a lawyer, will get to live that dream. And maybe they'll know that somewhere, someone is proud of them. I wrote her one more letter. I placed it at her grave. Emily, I never stopped loving you. I thought I was doing the right thing by waiting for you. But I realize now, love shouldn't be silent. It should be loud, it should be shown, even if it risks being rejected. I am so proud of you. I will carry you with me every day. I only wish I had told you more sooner. If I could have just 10 more minutes with her, I would have held her hand and said all the things I thought I'd have time to say later. But now, this is all I have left. Studio microphone, narrator, softly, sincerely. If someone you love is waiting to hear from you, don't wait. Say it. Write it. Show it. Because sometimes, later never comes. If this story moved you, please hit like, subscribe, and share it. You never know who might need this message today.